you ready? You ready?
I'm ready. You ready?
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 Let's go.
Hey, y'all, it's Marqee.
It's Deondra.
It's Shay.
It's Quesha.
And we are back by popular demand. Word in the street is that y'all missed us a little bit.
Yeah. I've been getting a few people waiting for us to start back recording. So I'm glad. Woo! It's been a minute, but we back. We ready
We
to
are
talk.
back. COVID couldn't keep us down.
No.
COVID couldn't keep us down.
Got a little bit of y'all, but it's okay. Y'all back up again.
We are back. We are back.
Deondra's so fake. That laugh she doing. Honey, how much wine you been drinking?
Girl, literally just got it. I just brought it up here. I have not been drinking it all night, for real.
Okay. So we're going to start off with a couple of scenarios. So who's going to read the first one?
I guess, I can read the novel of the scenario one that we have.
Yeah.
All right. So it says, my homeboy called me. He never calls me. He asked me if he was wrong. Now, here's what happened. He said his homeboy's wife's family came over to the crib. His wife cooked. He said when the food was done, his wife made her father the first plate. He had a problem with that. He voiced it to her that it was his house. He pays all the bills. Therefore, he should get the first plate. And not only that, he had to eat with a spoon because she gave the forks to all the guests. He told me he talked to his wife and she said, that's my father. And I can't promise you'll always get the first plate. And it's not a big deal. He told me he left the house because of the blatant disrespect. I told him he isn't wrong and to stand his ground. Y'all agree or disagree? You left the house?
That's a bit.
I don't think it was that deep, was it?
Yeah,
you left the house because your wife gave her daddy a plate first, and you got the plate whenever you got the plate, and then you had to eat with a spoon.
Why the daddy couldn't fix his own plate?
Period.
I mean, you ain't never lied.
Lord.
See, that's going to maybe the daddy is like crippled.
How would you feel, Key, if your girl fixed your dad's plate first over you in your house?
Is her mama alive?
Regardless, if she alive or not, how would you feel?
I don't know. I feel like that's hospitality, right? You at the house all the time. You get catered to hand and foot all day long. I feel like it shouldn't be a problem if they come over every now and then and your wife fix her dad a plate first. I mean, that was the first man in her life.
But why?
I don't feel like it's that big of a problem.
Where's his wife at?
That's what I was asking. Like maybe the mama is, deceased or she not around. That's why she didn't make the plate.
Even if that's the case, like somebody else can't fix this plate.
So you think it would be disrespectful too, Deondra?
I don't think it was disrespectful to fix his plate, but at the same time.
But he said he should have, regardless, he should have got the husband felt he should have got the plate first.
I guess he's trying to say he had a household. It's kind of one of those things where you sitting at the table. I'm like when you got them long, like square tables or whatever. Who's sitting at the head of the table? Because it's like and he's trying to say at this point the daddy is sitting in his chair.
Yeah, I can see the disrespect there. I mean, and her saying that you're not always going to be the first one. I mean, like.
I feel like that.
But if you think about it, they must not have kids. Because I know, like my mom and I've seen like other moms and stuff. Most of the time, they'll make the kids plate first, and then they'll make the dad's plate, and then they'll make the kids
always eat first for some reason because we gotta sit them down because they in the way.
Right, you want to get the kids occupied on something first, and then cater to your spouse and do that. And so they must not have kids. And I feel like it's not blatant disrespect. Like once he's been like, hey, maybe you should make my plate first. I guess it's just also the type of dude I am. If you make your daddy a plate first, I'm not gonna complain. I'm still gonna eat.
Period.
Right? Yeah.
I'm still gonna eat.
And I feel like he did kind of overreact for leaving. Like he shouldn't have left. But, I mean, I can see his side and her side. Well, really,
the daddy was still there when he left.
Huh?
The daddy was still there when he left.
Probably was. But
I'm going to Nipsey's. Oh, girl. Yeah. See, now you fighting dirty.
But it's funny because I remember seeing this off of Instagram, this quote or scenario, whatever case, and I told Justin about it, and I felt my first thought about it was, well, I mean, she did want to fix her dad a plate. I don't know, maybe he's old, elderly, he couldn't get up. You know, I'm thinking stuff like that. Because I know how Nana is. I'm like, okay, I understand. She don't want to stand in line because her knees. So,
but she's still the last one to eat, and that's just on period.
Quiet. So the thing is,
she gonna get the plate. She don't want to get up and get some meat.
I wasn't seeing it too, like a bad thing, but Justin made it clear to me that you will fix my plate first. So he's like, I feel like it's a little shut up. He's like, I feel like, as the man of the house, because I was looking at it as like it's hospitality, Southern hospitality.
Right.
Like I cater
they get catered to every day of the week.
I cater you all the time.
Right, one time.
So it's not like I'm not dismissing you if we have company here. Calm down. It's not like I'm dismissing you because we have, company. You're number one, if anything. Right. So I didn't see it, but I can understand how he would feel because he was like, fix my plate first.
I just don't understand.
How can they both fix their own
like,
just
food
talk
is,
about
you are
it
not
first.
going hungry.
Yeah, but just talk about it first. If because I told him since he feel that way, got it. I understand. That's how you feel. Cool. I ain't gonna argue about it.
Yeah.
Right, but I feel like with this dude, it was just like a thing. Like first off, he didn't get his plate. Second of all, he eating neck bones with a spoon, not a fork.
They said that we eat neck bones.
No, I'm just putting that in scenario. I'm assuming he eating something that requires a fork.
Yeah.
It was just like, blatant, like he like, wow.
So
not only you fed your daddy first.
Why he felt disrespected though.
I feel
he basically felt he got the scraps.
Cause I feel like he was wrong for taking it where he had to leave the house.
Yeah.
Right.
That was too much.
That was too much.
And she was wrong for saying he ain't always gonna be the first person. What'd she say?
Yeah, she was like, you're not always gonna be the first person to get the plate or something like that.
She said, that's my father, and I can't promise you'll always get the first plate, and it's not a big deal.
That's not cool because if you feel some type of way. If your man feels some type of way, be considerate of the feelings. That's how he felt. Don't discredit it.
Yeah, he expressed his feelings. She disregarded them. Now he should have stayed and talked.
Yeah.
Right.
Because there was another thing I saw on Instagram too. It was like, we married. You tired of us arguing? Well, go to bed. We'll reconvene in the morning. You're not leaving the house. No, we're not doing that.
Why would you leave the house that you pay the bills in?
You made an avid point that you pay all the bills, you do this and then you do that in the third.
But you leave. That's stupid.
Tell Pops he gotta go.
The door.
Oh, you ain't gotta kick the daddy out now.
He gotta go. I mean, you got a problem with him eating at your forks at your table and got the first plate. Tell him to leave.
Yeah.
Well, it's really not the daddy's fault. It's the wife.
It's her.
It's on the wife. It ain't on the daddy.
Yeah. So, but it is kind of because like
the daddy knows.
To her house.
It's the alpha thing at that point.
And you think that you're still the king. Like, no, like you're
it's
not.
The daddy came in and said, I'm gonna get my plate first. He might not have said that, but he might have brought that energy and it was like, baby girl.
The thing is, she respects her dad enough to fix his plate before her husband, and that's not how it goes. He is the head of the house. You don't fix nobody that's a guest first. Like, no, like fix your husband a plate, and then proceed to do the other people because he is the head of the house. He's paying the bills and stuff like that.
I'm gonna switch this up. If there was no wedding rings involved, no vows had been taken, that was her boyfriend. Does the father still get the first plate? Or does the boyfriend now get the first plate?
I feel like
the boyfriend, because soon you're dating to be married.
Yes, that's my whole thing.
You're training, okay.
At the end of the day, that's the goal. But also, when you get married, it's like your spouse. It's, God, the spouse, and then everybody else. Mm-hmm. Even if you have kids, it's the spouse and kids. They try to tell people too, like, because kids are so, like you said, you're trying to get them out of the way. That's how it got to be. It ain't like you're trying to overstep, but kids are all over the place.
Right.
So
and I feel like at that point,
kids, I would fix the kids' plates so they can sit down.
Right. But I feel like at that point, that's why I'm saying they must not have kids, because I feel like at that point, both parents know, let's get the kids, done and sit down first.
He would have been helping getting the kids situated while she been gotten the plate, and then boom,
that's
bam,
how
boom.
they could have do it.
I don't know if that's the
kids' plate and she do they plate.
But let's get into also the simple fact that he said that she cooked, she did this, and she did this, but I didn't get my plate first. Okay.
He couldn't fix his own plate.
But I'm saying, yeah, that too. And granted, like,
I'm confused.
She did so much, and she still, okay, she didn't get to you first, but she's been doing so much. She probably just ripping around it. It may not have been in her head at the moment, but still, it was disrespectful for her at the end to say, like, it's not a big deal because it's his feelings. So,
yeah, I feel like he probably should have mentioned it after they left. I don't know. Yeah, because I don't know if he left while the family was there.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. If he left while the family was there, the daddy gonna be there when you get back.
They gonna know. Oh, so he mad he didn't get his plate first. He had to eat with a spoon. They laughing at you when you leave now.
Right.
They gonna talk
Everybody
about
looking around like.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Exactly. Oh well.
Next case.
Okay, so it says women prefer I want you to come versus if you want to come, because the if you want often feels like that wasn't my plan initially, but since you insisted, why not? And it can feel like you're intruding. It's not hard to grasp why folks need that clarity. So how do y'all feel about that topic? Even it says women prefer the I want you to than if you want to come. How do you feel like if a guy tells you that? Huh?
I've said if it's saying I want you to come, that's like inviting, not you like pushing yourself on them. Pushing yourself for them to say yeah.
Right.
I feel that.
I see where y'all, I get the verbiage, I see the intent behind the words, but I also feel it depends on the scenario, because a lot of dudes, especially if you're getting to know a girl, you're trying to fill it out. You don't want to be like, maybe it's the first couple weeks and like, you might be head over heels for this girl. She might be like, you don't want to be like, oh, I want you to come to this. You're like, no, if you want to come, and you in your heart you like, oh, I want her to come, but you kind of like put it on her to be like, oh yeah, you know what? Sure, I'll come with you. It's kind of like a.
So that's the man perspective of it.
Right. Like, it's not like saying like, oh, if you want to come, like I really don't want her to come. It's just more being like, I want her to come, but I don't want to put like all my things into this one thing, and she be like, nah, I'm good. Then you like, well, dang. I don't know. Yeah. That's how I read into it.
Feeling like you're gonna get let down. So it's like, if you're trying to come, then come.
Right. If you want to come on.
I think sometimes what happens like the little stuff can be taken so like out of proportion, I feel like, and be blown up. And it's like, don't even look at it like that.
Right.
You know, that you'll eventually with time, you'll know if the person really wants you around or not.
Right. Because at the end of the day, at least you got
it
invited. He couldn't have said nothing.
What is that?
True.
It said, I want you to come, or you can come if you want to.
No, and it says women prefer you to say, I want you to come, instead of if you want to come, because when a woman hears if you want to come, she feeling like, so dang, do you want me to be here then?
Okay, but I feel like this is only when it's like, oh, what you doing? And they be like, oh, no, I'm just chilling in the house, whatever. Oh, can I come over if you want to come? I'm gonna say, do you not want me to come over? Or like chilling, like you vibing, you in your little space, like I ain't trying to intrude. That's what I feel like this is more so talking about.
Right.
That's what it is.
More so than anything.
But
like,
still, it's taken out of context to me. I feel like it's still like Buddy said.
Because if you really feeling somebody and you're not doing anything that whole day, and you hit them up and they not doing anything, they say, oh, I'm not doing it and I'm chilling. That should already be an open invitation that he don't want you around. He cool, he chilling, kicking back with his feet up. Because if he was chilling,
if he wanted you around before then,
huh?
You asked him what he was doing, not.
But she's saying that y'all must have been communicating all day.
To know me.
Right.
You trying to get to know me and you trying to like learn me and stuff like that. If I simply text you on some like, hey, what are you doing or whatever, and you tell me that you've been chilling all day and I'm feeling you or whatever, I am going to be like, when I do ask or whatever I do decide to say, I'm going to feel like I am intruding. If you say, if you want to, yeah, sure, you can come. But I'm obviously asking you, can I pull up? And if you say, if you want to, you can.
You don't feel like he wants you to come over.
I'm not really begging you to come, but I mean, if you pull up, I'm going to open the door. But that's not okay for some women. That's not okay. Some girls, they're gonna pull up anyway because you know that's what they feel like doing. But they always, I feel like women as a whole want to feel wanted. So hearing someone say, "Yeah, I want you to come over," or whatever, or even after they say, "Yeah, if you want to," if they don't say, "No, for real, I want you to come over here," then they aren't gonna feel comfortable enough to like really get in their car knowing it's gonna be a good time. Because if you say whatever, like, yeah, if you want to come, they come and then they seem irritated. You're like, dang, if you didn't want me to come over here, you could just say that.
And that's why I be talking about the miscommunication. Just say what you mean and mean what you say. And sometimes do not assume or take things out of context. Because sometimes a guy can say, if you want to come over or if you want to, doesn't mean he doesn't want you to come over. Like he said, it could be he don't want it to feel like he's trying to press you as much neither. Mm-hmm. So it's just
but at the end of the day,
touchy, feely things.
I don't know. Maybe as the male perspective, I'm like, well, I want you to. If you want to, at least you got asked.
Exactly. I mean, that's it. That's it. Because the women do want to feel wanted, and
they do.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
next caller.
On line 3, what you got?
Okay, so I got a man is dealing with 2 women. 2 polymorphous. What's that? Okay, I'm sorry.
Polyamorous.
Polyamorous. Okay, so a man is dealing with 2 women. He lies to one, and the other one he is completely honest with. Which one does he love?
Neither one.
Period. That's what I say.
Himself?
Yeah, I feel as if it's not even a love thing at that point. I feel like he don't respect either one of them. And the girl
they know about each other?
Respect himself. I would not respect herself.
Do they know about each other?
It don't say.
Because, nowadays, some of these thruples, they know about each other. So at that point, I'm more wondering why he lied.
If he lying to one.
Right. If you lying to one.
Well, the thing is that one of them
he lying to both of them.
Lying to one of them. So he lied to who?
I have been in a situation like this before. So I can speak from the one that's been lied to. I was told that I love you so much. Ooh, they just be lying. Anyway, I love you so much that I couldn't come to tell you the truth because I knew you were going to be hurt. So I was lying to you to protect you. But what they don't realize is how stupid that they sound, and knowing that
garbage.
You couldn't even respect me enough to tell me that you was doing whatever you was doing.
Is that?
But
you cared enough about me to lie to me.
Yeah,
but you didn't care enough about me not to cheat.
That's stupid.
Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
And then it's funny when it all comes together and they be like, "Oh yeah, but she know about you." Okay, so that sits right with you. That makes it okay.
That don't sit right with my spirit because now both of y'all need to be shot.
Oh, so that really be getting me though when they say that one.
They know about
she know
you.
about you though. So I'm like, oh, so y'all been keeping a little secret together and just keeping me out of the loop.
Right. And that's so one thing I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't care. I don't know if it's just me or y'all appreciate this too. I don't care. You know, if you did something, tell me, because one thing that's gonna piss me off even more is somebody else knowing something I don't know that's about me.
Period. Yes.
Like, no. I'm not gonna walk into a room and that one person over there in the corner, you know, you've been sneaking around with.
Mm-hmm.
And they got one up on me.
Man.
Could never.
Because that is the most disrespectful thing. Okay, a little quick story time because we got to talk about these cheaters.
Tell us a bedtime story.
Okay, here we go. Once upon a time.
So, there is one time.
You foolish, man.
And we weren't together at the moment. It's a little situation shit, but we're not going to get into that. But we went out to do some live music thing or whatever. And he asked me, he was like, "Hey, can my friend come?" Whatever. And I was like, I really didn't want the friend to come because when I invited you to this, don't invite your friends, but whatever, I'm gonna leave it as is. You know, I'm trying to be nice, turn over a new leaf. Sure, bring whatever.
+1 shouldn't be +1, but okay.
So I was like, so until I didn't know about the, the +1 until the day of, because niggas love to do that. So I didn't find out till the day of. And then at that point, I felt like, what you gonna do? You gonna tell them not to come? Whatever. So I was like, I'm not gonna be rude, whatever. Bring your friend. Brought his friend. Little did I know, this was little miss that he cheated on me with. Had me.
Oh, wow.
Like smiling in her face because I didn't want, the +1 to be the +1's +1.
Yeah.
So I wasn't like, oh my God, hey, it was no, I was very much there for what I was there for. And I just found, I didn't know that was the one that he cheated on me with until like after the fact. It was such a good moment.
Garbage.
The cojones on this man. My mind is blown.
I mean, and
it's so sickening to think that you would even want to. I don't see how someone can want to be on a tightrope like that. That's on the edge. Like, you playing with people's feelings. People get to that breaking point where they will snap, and you might be in the body bag.
What I just don't understand is how you got the nerve, knowing that you done cheated on the girl you with that witnessed, and you got the nerve to come up to her and be like, I really want my friend to come here with us.
Yeah, can my friend come?
That's stupid. You should have just avoided the whole situation.
Because when I was like, but this is the thing, and this is how he was just like, we're friends. He was talking about like me and him. We was like, we're friends, we're not together, boo boo. But I mean, granted, we weren't together or whatever, but we had dealt with each other before. So like, of course, as a girl, feelings are still gonna be there. Niggas be trying to push it off like they don't care about nobody, but they try to string people along, but whatever. So
y'all were together, honey. Ain't nobody standing by his feet head. Y'all were together. No, okay, we didn't make it official. We were together though.
Anyways, so I felt like it was more so to me like I didn't have the say of like, you can't invite your friends. It's just us because it was like that's not mine. It's not my man's or whatever. So I'm not gonna who you can't bring. Whatever. It's a free country. It's a free venue. Bring her. Whatever. I'm cool. I'm not the type of person to be like either on some like you can't.
You knew it was a female before?
Yeah, he said his homegirl that he always used to talk about. The one that he said, don't worry about. But when I tell you that it wasn't, that's why I'm saying we weren't together. It wasn't on that tip.
Yeah, y'all wasn't together because
yeah, we weren't together at all. That's what I'm saying. When I say we weren't together, like we hadn't talked or anything, and I was like, oh, there's something coming up. We always went to live music and stuff like that and listened to people like new artists. So I was like, sure, let's go or whatever. That's why I was like, whatever. She could come. I don't care. But all I knew is
the fact that because the thing was, what you trying to say too, you end up finding out that when y'all were together, he was cheating on you with her.
The girl he told her not to worry.
But you didn't find that out until after
that night. No, it was just like, oh, this is my homegirl with the woo or whatever. And I didn't mind because she came with her friend. It wasn't like she came by herself and she thought that, oh, it's about to be me and his date. Like he told her, because she's the one that knows, you know, like I said, we were together, but she the one that know about me.
Right. You didn't know about her.
At me, it was like, hey, this is Deondra that I've been talking about. It wasn't like, nice to meet y'all for the first time. She already knew about me, but I didn't know anything about her. So I'm going into it blind, but off of like respect, I'm not going to tell him like, no, you can't invite your friend because we weren't together. So I was being nice and I was like, sure, she could come. I don't care. So when we all came about and it like, honestly, when I found out, I went back to that night and I was like, he is ballsy. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
That blows minds. You always hear about these stories, but it's like I could never live this scenario.
Be surprised what you go through.
I did. I've dealt through a lot, but I'm just saying that's what I mean as far as them knowing about you and in your face smiling and cheesing and
being fake.
Kikiing and Kakan.
I just don't feel comfortable with that because that's just not okay.
Right.
Sorry, together or not together, whenever you decided to get back on the loop, that's when you should open your mouth and say something about, hey, I want to let you know, blah, blah, blah. Because after the fact, I was like, so you brought her, like, I really went in because I was like, wow, you really.
You started checking back.
Yeah, you started thinking like, wow, this homegirl that was at a little music thing. Okay, period. Okay, I see what you got.
Look, getting the knife out the bag. Okay,
yeah. But it's crazy because
placing the weapons on the table.
Period. Little boys, really.
What you want to get shot with first?
Period. Which one do you want?
Lay it on the table.
Wow, that's crazy.
I plead insanity.
It's funny to see that like people really like be chancing their life like that. Like that was a lot of chance that he took, and he was very careful because if I would have been the type of person that was going through his phones like all the time, I would have probably been able to stumble across and put two and two together before two and two even came to my face.
Right.
I would have been able to, but I didn't even put, I wasn't the type to even go through the phone or whatever like that. And well, I did. That's how I found out, but that's beside the point. But I'm just saying, you got to go with your gut. My gut said go through his phone, and that's what I did. So here. But not ashamed of it because I got a very toxic relationship or situationship. So whatever.
You on the other side.
Period. Prospering. All right, you guys, this is gonna wrap it up for the night, day, evening, whatever it is when you're watching it. Y'all have a great day. More to come. Stay tuned. We about to be lit on the channel. We're gonna be very consistent. We're definitely gonna try. Like, comment, share.
Please.
Notification bell.
Remember at all times.
Keep it 100.